First contact. Dr. Maya Rodriguez never imagined that her morning coffee ritual would coincide with humanity's first contact with alien life. As the CDC's lead virologist, she dealt with her fair share of emergencies, but none quite like this. The coffee machine in her lab gurgled ominously, a sound she'd learned to interpret as, "Clean me soon, but I'll still provide caffeine." Her assistant Tom burst through the door, tablet in hand, nearly knocking over her precious coffee. Maya's caffeine-honed reflexes saved the cup just in time. "Unless the world is ending, this can wait until after my coffee," she said, only half joking. "Well, funny you should mention that." Tom turned his tablet around, showing a news broadcast. The headline scrolled across the bottom, "Alien signal decoded, first contact brings gift of knowledge." Maya took a long sip of her coffee, raising an eyebrow. "And this concerns virology because they're broadcasting some kind of genetic code. The kind that looks suspiciously like a virus." Coffee sprayed across her desk. "They're broadcasting what?" "They claim it's beneficial genetic information to help advance human medicine. Every research facility on Earth is receiving it." Maya wiped coffee from her chin, already moving toward her workstation. "Tom, in the history of ever, when has someone showing up uninvited with a gift worked out well for the recipients? The Trojan horse was pretty nice, you know, before all the murder." "Exactly." Maya's fingers flew across her keyboard, pulling up the transmission data. The genetic sequence scrolled across her screen. At first glance, it looked promising, elegant, efficient, almost beautiful in its complexity. But something about the code structure nagged at her instincts. As she dove deeper into the analysis, more scientists gathered in her lab. The sequence was unlike anything they'd ever seen, a masterpiece of genetic engineering that seemed to target human DNA with unprecedented precision. 3 hours and 5 cups of coffee later, Maya's hands were shaking. "It's a virus," she announced to the room. "A very, very clever virus. It's designed to look like beneficial genetic code, but once it starts replicating." She pulled up a simulation on the main screen. "It targets genetic weaknesses in human DNA, all of them simultaneously." "That's impossible," someone protested. "No virus could be that comprehensive." "Apparently, aliens don't believe in impossible." Maya zoomed in on a particular sequence. "Look at this, it's designed to evolve as it spreads, adapting to different genetic markers. This isn't just a virus, it's an extinction event in code form." The room erupted in chaos, but Maya tuned it out, focusing on the data streaming across her screen. Something wasn't adding up. The virus was too perfect, too precisely targeted at humans, almost like. Her phone buzzed with text messages pouring in from colleagues worldwide. The first cases were appearing, people reporting strange symptoms, dizziness, mild fever, genetic sequences starting to rewrite themselves. "How did it spread so fast?" Tom asked, watching the reports flood in. Maya looked at her empty coffee cup, then at the water bottle on her desk, then at the air vents above them. "They didn't just send us the blueprint," she realized. "They sent us the virus itself through our own communication networks. We've been downloading it, broadcasting it, spreading it through our devices and systems." "Is that even possible?" "Apparently, aliens don't believe in impossible," she repeated grimly. "Get me the WHO on the line and the CDC director." She glanced at her empty cup. "And a coffee for if you can find one." As alarms began blaring throughout the facility, Maya couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about this whole situation. The virus was too perfect, too specifically targeted, almost like whoever designed it knew exactly what they were doing. "Tom," she called out as he headed for the door, "get me everything we have on human genetic adaptation rates. And find out if anyone's taking bets on how long humanity has left." "Betting? Why would anyone be betting on this?" Maya stared at the viral sequence again. "Call it a hunch. Also coffee. Definitely more coffee." The first wave of infection was about to hit, and Maya had a sinking feeling that this was going to be either the end of humanity or the beginning of something much, much stranger. Knowing humanity's track record with impossible situations, she was betting on strange. As she prepared to brief government officials, Maya received an urgent message from a colleague in Geneva. The genetic samples they were receiving showed something unprecedented. The virus wasn't just attacking human DNA, it was being altered by it. Something in human genetics was fighting back in a way their alien visitors clearly hadn't anticipated. Maya pulled up the latest data, her eyes widening as she processed what she was seeing. The virus wasn't just being resisted, it was being transformed. Human immune systems were doing something impossible, something that would soon make their alien visitors regret their choice of test subjects. She reached for her phone to contact the WHO, then paused, a slight smile playing across her lips. Maybe they should let this play out a bit longer before raising the alarm. After all, humanity had always been particularly good at turning others' weapons against them. The coffee machine gurgled again, and Maya could have sworn it sounded almost like laughter. The betting pool. Agent James Murphy burst into Maya's lab wearing what appeared to be a homemade hazmat suit constructed from aluminum foil and shower curtains. Under normal circumstances, Maya would have questioned his choice of protective gear, but after 48 hours without sleep, it seemed perfectly reasonable. "The aliens are running an illegal betting ring," he announced, his tie askew and eyes wild with the look of someone who just discovered their favorite conspiracy theory was actually understated. Maya took a long sip from her triple-shot espresso. She'd upgraded from regular coffee around hour 6 of the crisis. "Agent Murphy, while I appreciate your unique perspective, we're kind of in the middle of dash." "No, listen." He slapped a stack of printouts on the table. "I've been monitoring deep space transmissions. There's a whole network of civilizations placing bets on how long humanity will last. We're basically the galactic equivalent of a cockfight." Maya picked up one of the papers, her sleep-deprived brain taking a moment to process what she was seeing. "These are odds calculations." "Exactly." The virus was running 3-1 favorite. He grinned manically. "But here's the thing, the odds are starting to shift." Dr. Pete Thompson, the geneticist Maya had called in despite his terrible puns, looked up from his microscope. "You could say the aliens are going viral with their betting." Everyone groaned, but Maya moved to his station, coffee cup never leaving her hand. On the screen, human cells were doing something unprecedented. Instead of succumbing to the virus, they were adapting. Fast. Too fast for normal evolution. "That's not possible," she muttered. "Impossible is just possible with extra steps," Pete quipped. "But look at this, the virus isn't just attacking our genetic weaknesses, it's forcing our immune systems to patch them, like a really aggressive quality control team." Agent Murphy was practically vibrating with excitement. "I knew it. This is just like that time I theorized that squirrels were actually government drones, except this time I'm right." Maya ignored him, focusing on the data. Some people were showing natural resistance, more than should be possible. "Tom, pull up the global infection maps." The wall screen lit up with a world map covered in colored dots, red for infected, green for resistant, yellow for something else entirely. "That's weird," Tom said. "The yellow cases, they're people with genetic disorders, but their symptoms are improving." Pete snapped his fingers. "The virus is so focused on eliminating genetic weaknesses that it's accidentally fixing them." Talk about task failed successfully. The room's screens suddenly flickered, displaying what looked like alien stock market crashes. Agent Murphy pumped his fist. "Ha! The betting pools are going crazy. Looks like some species are losing their shirts, assuming they wear shirts." Maya studied the cellular response patterns again. Something was happening beyond mere resistance. The infected cells weren't just fighting the virus, they were incorporating it, using its own programming against it. "Tom," she called out, "get me everything we have on genetic enhancement theories." "Pete, I need models of controlled viral modification. Murphy. She paused. Keep being paranoid. It's working for you. Already on it. Murphy said, adjusting his tinfoil hat. When had he put that on? Did you know some aliens believe Earth is flat? Amateurs. As Maya watched humanity's immune system turn an extinction-level threat into what looked increasingly like an upgrade package, she couldn't help but laugh. Somewhere out there, alien bookies were having a very bad day. The data coming in from research centers worldwide confirmed her suspicions. The virus wasn't just failing to kill humans, it was being reprogrammed by human immune systems. Each new infection was becoming less lethal and more beneficial. Look at these transmission intercepts, Tom said, pointing to his screen. Some species are trying to cancel their bets, but apparently the Galactic Betting Commission has a strict no-refunds policy on extinction wagers. Maya studied the latest test results. Their immune response wasn't just adapting to the virus anymore, it was improving on it. Every new infection was becoming more beneficial than the last. Agent Murphy, now wearing 2 tinfoil hats, presumably for double protection, was monitoring alien frequencies. They're calling it the human reversal event. Some species are demanding refunds, others are trying to place new bets on humanity becoming a galactic superpower. Maya stood up, swaying slightly from caffeine overconsumption. Tom, get me the WHO on the line. Pete, start working on a way to stabilize these beneficial mutations. Murphy. Already on it. He was now constructing what appeared to be a tinfoil umbrella. Some aliens are starting to place bets on which Earth country will develop superpowers first. As Maya prepared to brief the world's leading scientists on their findings, she couldn't help but smile. The aliens had tried to exploit humanity's weaknesses, but they'd forgotten one crucial detail: humans had a long history of turning their weaknesses into strengths. And now, thanks to their gift, humanity was about to demonstrate just how dangerous it could be to bet against their survival instincts. The coffee machine gurgled again, and this time Maya was sure it sounded like victory. The evolution. 3 weeks into what the media had dubbed the alien flu, humanity was changing in ways that defied scientific explanation. Maya stood before the United Nations Security Council, trying to explain the unexplainable while running on what she estimated was 90% coffee at this point. The virus isn't killing us, she explained, gesturing to the holographic display behind her. It's upgrading us. Our immune systems didn't just resist the attack, they reversed engineered it. We're using alien technology to fix our own genetic flaws. And you're certain this isn't their intention? Asked the French representative, looking skeptical. Maya pulled up Agent Murphy's betting data, which, despite coming from a man who wore tinfoil suits, had proven remarkably accurate. According to intercepted transmissions, several alien civilizations have gone bankrupt betting on our extinction. I'd say this definitely wasn't the plan. The display showed cellular imagery of the virus's evolution. What had started as a weapon was now being transformed by human biology into something entirely new. Cancer rates were dropping. Genetic disorders were being corrected. Some people were even reporting enhanced cognitive abilities. Dr. Thompson, Maya said, would you like to explain what we're seeing in the younger population? Pete stepped forward, mercifully holding back on his usual puns. Children born to infected parents are showing accelerated development and improved genetic stability. Their immune systems are incorporating the modified virus as a sort of genetic repair system. We're evolving, Maya continued. Not over millennia, but in real time. The virus was designed to target our weaknesses, but instead, it's becoming a tool for our advancement. The room erupted in questions, but Maya's attention was drawn to her tablet. New data was coming in from research centers worldwide. The virus had entered what they were calling Phase 3. Tom, she whispered, are you seeing this? Her assistant nodded, eyes wide. The virus isn't just fixing genetic flaws anymore. It's improving on the original design. Maya turned back to the council. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to address something unprecedented. The virus has started optimizing human DNA beyond natural limitations. She pulled up new medical reports. People were developing enhanced healing abilities, improved cognitive function, even resistance to aging. The virus had become a vehicle for accelerated evolution. Agent Murphy burst into the room, his tinfoil suit now featuring what appeared to be satellite dishes. The alien betting markets are in complete chaos. Some species are trying to join forces with humanity before we become too advanced. For once, no one questioned his intel. The evidence was becoming impossible to ignore. Humanity wasn't just surviving, they were thriving. There's more, Pete added, pulling up new data. The virus is showing signs of collective intelligence. It's learning from each person it infects, becoming more efficient at genetic optimization. Maya studied the latest figures. It's not just learning, it's networking. Every infected person is becoming part of a larger system of genetic improvement. Like a human upgrade network? Tom asked. Exactly. The aliens gave us a weapon, and we turned it into the world's most aggressive healthcare system. The Security Council chambers fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't just survived an extinction attempt, they'd hijacked it for their own evolution. Dr. Rodriguez, the Secretary General finally spoke, what exactly are we becoming? Maya looked at the data streaming across her tablet, human DNA being rewritten, improved, optimized in ways that should have been impossible. I don't know, she admitted. But I think we're about to find out why the aliens were so interested in betting on our species. As if on cue, new transmissions began flooding in. Alien civilizations weren't just betting anymore, they were trying to establish diplomatic relations. Some were offering technology trades. Others were proposing alliances. They're scared, Agent Murphy announced, his satellite dishes twitching. They tried to wipe us out, and instead, they accidentally helped us unlock our potential. Now they're worried about what we'll do next. Maya smiled, reaching for her coffee cup. Well, I suppose we should show them why it's never a good idea to underestimate humanity's ability to turn a crisis into an opportunity. The virus that was meant to end humanity had instead become the key to their advancement. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, a lot of alien bookies were learning a very expensive lesson about betting against human resilience. The coffee machine gurgled one last time, and Maya could have sworn it sounded like it was saying, level up complete. First response. The first alien delegation arrived exactly 1 month after their virus failed to eradicate humanity. Maya watched from her lab as their ship landed outside the United Nations headquarters, looking remarkably like a massive silver casino chip. The genetic data displayed on the main screen told a story the aliens couldn't quite comprehend. Humanity hadn't just survived their virus, they'd mastered it. The modified virus had become a sophisticated genetic optimization system, improving human DNA in ways that should have taken millions of years of evolution. Your species shows signs of collective genetic intelligence, the alien scientist observed, their crystalline form pulsing with what might have been concern. This was unexpected. We get that a lot, Maya replied, pulling up more data. The virus you sent was designed to exploit our genetic weaknesses. Instead, it's helping us fix them. Want to explain why you designed it with such detailed repair protocols? The aliens exchanged glances that somehow managed to look guilty despite their non-human features. The repair protocols were meant to ensure the virus could adapt to any resistance. It was not meant to be repurposed. Yeah, well, humans are pretty good at repurposing things that are meant to kill us, Tom added, showing them the latest medical data. Cancer rates are down 80%. Genetic disorders are being corrected. Some people are even developing enhanced cognitive abilities. The alien delegation huddled together, their crystalline forms creating a kaleidoscope of worried colors. Their translator device picked up fragments of their discussion: betting pools, catastrophic losses, evolutionary anomaly. Maya sipped her coffee, watching them with growing amusement. So, about those gambling debts. The lead alien straightened, their form shifting to a more formal configuration. We propose a partnership. Your species has demonstrated remarkable potential. We could guide your development, ensure proper integration into the galactic community. You mean you want to control how we use your virus? Maya corrected them. Sorry, but I think humanity has proven we can handle our own evolution. Agent Murphy burst into the room, his tinfoil suit now featuring what appeared to be a small radio telescope. More alien ships approaching. Some are offering technology trades, others want to study our unique genetic adaptability. The crystalline aliens vibrated with alarm. You cannot trust them. They only seek to profit from your transformation. Unlike you, who tried to profit from our extinction. Maya raised an eyebrow. At least they're being upfront about their intentions. The aliens' forms clouded with what might have been embarrassment. We may have miscalculated. Clearly. Maya turned to her team. Pete, how's the virus modification coming along? You could say it's going viral, he grinned. We've successfully mapped its repair protocols. We can now direct its optimization effects with unprecedented precision. The alien's translator struggled to convey their mix of horror and awe. You've mastered the virus already? That should be impossible. That word doesn't mean much to us anymore, Maya smiled. Now, shall we discuss terms? Because while we're happy to share our improvements to your virus, we'll be setting the price. The aliens huddled again, their forms shifting through various distressed colors. Finally, their leader stepped forward. What are your terms? Maya's smile widened. First, you're going to tell us everything about that galactic betting system of yours. Then, we're going to have a long chat about fair play and responsible gambling. As the aliens reluctantly began sharing their knowledge, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. Humanity hadn't just survived an extinction attempt, they'd turned it into a negotiating advantage. The coffee machine gurgled approvingly in the background, its sound mixing with the hum of alien technology and the buzz of human triumph. The galaxy was about to learn that betting against humanity was always a losing proposition. After all, in the cosmic casino of evolution, humans had just hit the jackpot. Evolution's gambit. 6 months after the failed extinction attempt, Maya stood before the newly formed Galactic Council, coffee cup still in hand. The council chamber buzzed with representatives from hundreds of alien species, all watching Earth's first diplomatic mission with a mixture of fear and fascination. Humanity accepts its position in the Galactic Council, Maya announced, with certain conditions. The crystalline beings who had first attempted their extinction shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The betting rings they'd operated had collapsed, taking several galactic economies with them. As it turned out, gambling on extinction was bad for business. Your species has no standing to make demands, rumbled a massive energy being from the third quadrant. Maya took a slow sip of coffee. Actually, we do. You see, we've improved your virus. Significantly improved it. She nodded to Pete, who activated the holographic display. It showed the modified virus in action, not destroying genetic material, but repairing it, enhancing it, optimizing it with incredible precision. This is impossible, gasped a silicon-based delegate. The virus was designed to be perfect. Exactly, Maya smiled. Perfect for destruction. But we made it perfect for creation instead. And now, every species represented here has genetic flaws they'd like to fix. Diseases they'd like to cure. Evolutionary dead ends they'd like to overcome. Agent Murphy, whose tinfoil suit now included what appeared to be a miniature satellite dish array and a quantum computer, stepped forward. Our betting odds just shifted. We're now favored to become the galaxy's leading genetic engineering civilization within a decade. The council erupted in chaos. Some species demanded immediate access to the modified virus. Others called for humanity's containment, fearing their rapid advancement. A few tried to place new bets, old habits dying hard. Maya raised her hand for silence. We're willing to share our improvements. Unlike some, we don't believe in hoarding evolutionary advantages. But we have terms. She outlined humanity's conditions: full membership in the Galactic Council, unrestricted access to alien medical technology, and most importantly, the complete dismantling of all extinction betting systems. You want us to stop betting on species extinction? A particularly corporate-looking alien asked, aghast. Consider it a galaxy-wide gambling reform, Maya replied. Instead of betting on destruction, we'll help you invest in advancement. The virus you sent us? We're turning it into the greatest medical breakthrough in galactic history. Tom displayed the latest data: thousands of genetic disorders across hundreds of species, all potentially curable using humanity's modifications. Our weakness became our strength, Maya continued. You bet against our survival, and in doing so, gave us the tools to thrive. Now we're offering the galaxy a choice: continue betting on extinction, or join us in evolution. The council chambers fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity hadn't just survived, they'd changed the rules of the game entirely. One by one, the alien delegations voted. The result was unanimous: humanity's terms were accepted. The age of extinction gambling was over. The era of collective advancement had begun. As Maya left the council chambers, Agent Murphy adjusted his increasingly elaborate tinfoil apparatus. You know they're still running secret betting pools, right? But now they're betting on which species will help first. Maya laughed. Let them bet. We'll help them all. After all, that's what humans do: we take impossible situations and turn them into opportunities for everyone. Back on Earth, research centers worldwide continued studying the virus that had become humanity's greatest gift to the galaxy. The coffee machine in Maya's lab gurgled contentedly, as if satisfied with its role in saving humanity. You know what the best part is? Pete asked, reviewing the latest genetic optimization data. We didn't just prove them wrong about humanity's weakness. We proved them wrong about the nature of evolution itself. Maya nodded, reaching for another cup of coffee. They thought evolution was about survival of the fittest. We showed them it's about adaptation, cooperation, and turning your enemy's weapons into tools for advancement. The reformed virus spread throughout the galaxy, not as a weapon of extinction, but as a catalyst for evolution. Species that had once bet on humanity's destruction now sought their guidance in genetic engineering. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, a group of alien bookies looked at their empty betting pools and realized that humanity had taught them the most expensive lesson in galactic history: never bet against a species that turns extinction events into evolutionary advantages. The coffee machine gave one final, triumphant gurgle. Humanity had done more than survive, they'd changed the galaxy's definition of strength itself. And they'd done it all with a combination of caffeine, stubborn resilience, and the remarkable ability to turn any weapon into a tool for progress. The house always wins, unless it bets against humanity. Then all bets are off.